And welcome back, everyone, to Between Bells here on Cheddar. I'm Baker Machado. Our next guest is a force to be reckoned with. She became a household name for her role in the hit TV series Desperate Housewives, but has since become a very powerful producer, director, and champion for the Latinx community. So here to tell us all about her latest projects is the one, the only, Miss Eva Longoria. Eva, great to have you here. Thanks so much for joining us. In a recent interview, you called for women to nurture their mental health while acting as the CEOs of their households because of the pandemic. So I'm curious, how have you been able to adjust to your life during quarantine right now?
Gosh, I, of course, am very privileged to be able to stay home and be with my baby. There are so many people that don't have that luxury and still have to go to work and still have to be in danger without PPE. My son is 2, so it's just been a dream to like be home. I haven't had a year off in 25 years. Um, I hate that it took a global pandemic. But I've been doing a lot. I mean, I've been spending time with him, but also I've been cooking a lot.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm the same in my household. My husband and I, literally, we can't stop cooking. It's like the only thing that you can do anymore.
By the way, my husband's going to be expecting gourmet meals for the rest of his life. Because
Yes.
I'm like, I have been cooking the ribs for 48 hours.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
it's like, no, that won't be normal.
Yeah,
When we get back to normal, that's not going to happen.
Oh, 100%. When the vaccine comes out, I'm like, no, we're not doing this all the time, honey. We're changing all of this. You have been obviously very, very busy. We're going to talk about the DNC here in just a moment, but you're also part of this ownership group in LA of Angel City, which is very exciting. So many female owners are part of this group as well. Tell us what that was like to want to be part of an ownership group.
It's really exciting because Natalie Portman called me and she said, we've got to do something. And it really started with gender equity in a sport like soccer, because as we all know, the U.S. women's soccer team is amazing. And these women were amazing and winning gold medals and not getting paid the same and not being able to make a living. And we thought, well, what if we created a team in which you can make a living and have a life with dignity, doing the thing you love most, which is, playing. And Abby Wambach is part of it, and she posted a beautiful video on her Instagram, kind of talking about this and going, never did I think I would live to see the day that there'd be a professional women's soccer team, and much less owned by women. And managed by women. And so it was really exciting because it was a venture capital group that is by women, looked for women. I mean, it's all around a holistic approach to having representation. We should have equal representation in government, in companies, and in life, in media. And so this was a good way to exercise that.
Amen. And the group of people involved in it is even more amazing. But Natalie Portman, Mia Hamm, the list goes on. And by the way, not very many people can start a sentence with Natalie Portman called me and asked me if I wanted to do this with her, which is also pretty impressive. But I do even want to talk about the DNC, because that first night, so many of us in the media had no idea what to expect. I can only imagine what it was like on your end, having no idea what to do. You're the first host and the first sort of moderator for all of that. What was sort of going through your mind at that time, being like, is this going to work or what?
I actually think, we had more access to Americans. The DNC is always a convention held in some city, and you have to have press credentials or passes or you'd be a delegate. It felt pretty exclusive before. And when we were forced to do a virtual DNC, the whole country was a part of it. And I was really honored. I wasn't there as a celebrity or as a famous person. I was there as an American. I was there as a daughter of a veteran, the daughter of a teacher, as a small business owner. And so it was really an honor to be able to have facilitated the first night. And oh my gosh, just the content of people that were part of the stories that were told throughout the 4 nights. I mean, each of the 4 nights really gave you snapshots of the entire United States, farm workers and immigrants and small business owners. And it was teachers, everybody, veterans. It was really, it's always an honor when you have the opportunity to speak to the American people.
Yeah, we think you did a really great job given the circumstances of what was happening. Eva, we're running out of time, but I really want to talk about this partnership that you're doing called All for Farmers. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, well, I've been a big advocate for farmers and farm workers for a very long time now. And so when Tillamook called me, I'm a fan of their food because I'm always eating it. And they said, hey, we want to do a campaign that's going to, not only help farmers during the pandemic, but making sure they're going to thrive beyond it. And so, the pandemic has deemed farmers and farm workers essential. We've always known they're essential. The food supply does not work without farmers. And so when they contacted me about this effort to help farmers across the country, I was like, I'm in. What do I have to do? And they said, you got to eat products. And I was like, well, I'm double in because I eat all these great dairy products that they make, cheese and ice cream and cream cheese spreads. And so, they're going to donate 10% of their sales, up to a donation of $1.6 million to the American Farmland Trust. And that's to help farmers in many ways, whether it's protecting their farmlands, improving their farming methods, so many things that they can, that how they're going to help the American Farmland Trust, because it's really, their mission is to protect farmlands and promote sound farming practices. And so many farmers are hurting right now, so many. And all we have to do, all you and I have to do, is go to the grocery store, buy some cheese, make some enchiladas, go to the grocery store, get that tub of ice cream, eat it. And if you post your appreciation on social media with the hashtag All for Farmers and sweepstakes, you're going to be entered to win ice cream for a year. Free ice cream for a year from Tillamook. I've eaten a year's worth of ice cream in the past 3 months.
Oh, me too.
Okay?
Yeah. So this is going to be amazing. So Eva, we're actually we're running out of time, but amazing stuff. So glad you could join us. Eva Longoria, actress and activist. Great to have you here, Eva. Thank you.